Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Mark Stone. I'm the principal here at Livingston High School. And tonight really is one of the special evenings on our calendar here at Livingston High School. Tonight we're going to celebrate and honor 83 extraordinary juniors of the class of 2014. You know, and our students tonight really exemplify so many fine qualities, and Barbara Kaplan, who I'll introduce in a moment, is going to speak to those a little bit better than I will. But not only have these students really qualified by earning a 3.75 GPA or higher academically, but they also must prove themselves to show great character, great leadership, and great service to their community as well. And only by achieving in all four of those areas do they earn the right to be inducted into the National Honor Society this evening. So we're all very proud of you, as I'm sure you're very proud of your individual students out there. So without further ado, let me turn the program over to the advisor of our National Honor Society, Mrs. Barbara Kaplan.
I'd like to give everybody a very warm welcome tonight. This night is always a rather sentimental night for me because I have sat in 3 possible seats that there are this evening. I'm embarrassed to tell you how long ago, but many years ago at Jonathan Dayton High School in Springfield, I was inducted into the National Honor Society. I have sat in your seats as my 3 children graduated Livingston High School and participated in this program on the stage, and now I have the distinct pleasure of being their advisor, which is an unbelievable, wonderful role to have the opportunity to work with your children. These children are exceptional leaders in every facet of their lives, not only in the school, but in and out of the school as well. They are incredibly capable, motivated, and high achievers, each and every one of them. And while I realize that academics is always where we tend to put our focus with our students, achieving, doing well in school, these children have exceeded any expectations for excellence. I have to take a moment, and this is my very favorite part of the evening, to share with you some of the activities and the accomplishments that these young ladies and gentlemen have achieved. And these accomplishments were the ones that impressed the faculty council and allowed them to be admitted to the organization. While the first thing that we look at certainly is their GPA, that is clearly not the only indicator for success in this organization. So humor me for a moment while I read to you some of the accomplishments of these ladies and gentlemen sitting behind me. Here you have in front of you hospital and nursing home volunteers, special needs counselors, church and synagogue youth leaders, tutors, athletes, musicians, artists, writers, thespians, singers, dancers, Sunday school teachers, officers in school clubs, student government, future business leaders of America, and so on and so forth. We have students that are members of the Foreign Language National Honor Societies, the Science National Honor Societies. They create programs for environmental awareness. Let's not mention the external organizations in our community that are well served by these students. They're volunteers at St. Barnabas Hospitals, the Diabetes Foundation, March of Dimes, MS Walks, Rachel Walks, friendship circles, soccer circles, soup kitchens, animal shelters. I literally could go on and on. One of the hardest tasks is reading the applications of these students because it is so time-consuming. It's also one of the most overwhelming tasks in seeing how much they accomplish. And I might add that all of this is done out of their heart, and none of it is where they are not remunerated for any of their services. They also work at local libraries, churches, camps, and even outside of our country. We've had students volunteering in Nicaragua, China, and even attending a program in Qatar this year. It is certainly unbelievable to know the things that our students have done. As you can see, it is really my pleasure to work with these students. The typical role of an advisor is much different when you're an advisor to the Honor Society group. These students don't really need a role model. They don't need anything other than their own time to create the projects and programs that they lay before them this year. All I do is facilitate them. On a personal note, this year we're starting our first campaign. It's going to be a food drive. I know we mentioned it on your invitation tonight. It will run the rest of this week, so if you go home and you have something in your cupboard you'd like to donate to a shelter, we'll be collecting canned goods to kick off our year. I would like to now turn the program over to our president from last year, Amy, who will introduce the board, and the students will conduct the rest of the installation this evening. I thank you so much for joining us, and I thank you for giving me your children to work with this year.